All right, back in action, horizontal. All right, hop in there and tell people to come back.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so Blake Fields there with a powerful clearance to cut yellow up the lawn. Away from blue, who will have a good stop shot opportunity on red, hopefully, if not disturbed. This is game 3 of the first match, so this one's for all the marbles. Spain looked in really good form in last game with a couple of jump shots from Mr. Ojeda. So I hope I'm pronouncing their names properly for all of our Spanish listeners out there. I do apologize. But so clearance here. And a narrow miss there on the right-hand side of the ball from his perspective. So guys, I'm going to have to be a little extra quiet during this period because I'm very close to where they are and I don't want to disturb the players, but once they move away, I'll be able to be a little bit more loud and maybe be better heard. Matthew there with an angled hoop attempt instead of the clearance on red. Manages to hang up in the jaws, but leaves red a fairly straightforward 1-yard jump shot. I don't believe Nicholas has attempted any of these today. And he clears it cleanly. Spain has been making their jump shots very well today. I've seen 2 or 3 already that have gone through very cleanly, including one from the boundary over at Hoop 7 in last game. Over in game 2 of match 2, they are still fighting over hoop 2, it seems. So they've been having some lengthier hoop battles in the second match. Looks like Stephen Morgan's going to be attempting to clear red. I'm sorry, yellow. Red's not in hoop running position. It's hard to tell from here. And yellow with and yellow scores hoop 2 accidentally from the south boundary with a slightly overhit set shot. So when it works, it works. But so over here we have South Africa versus Egypt on these 2 lawns over to our left. And I believe South Africa won the first game 7-4, might have been 7-5, and they are now 1-0 down in game 2. And Egypt won the second match, the first game of the second match 7-4, and I believe that they're still fighting for hoop 1 here in game 2. Going down a little bit this way, we have England versus Ireland, a very famous matchup throughout history in multiple venues other than croquet, I'm sure. But so I do not know the exact status of this first match. I cannot see the scoreboard from where I'm standing. And the second match has concluded. I don't know if they're just taking a break between games or if the match is over. It looked to be that English team had a pretty dominant lead at some point. So. And then on the far set of lawns over here, which I can see the scoreboards, we have the home team Australia versus their neighbors New Zealand. Looks to be in the first match here that New Zealand is up 5-4. But Ed Wilson scores a very difficult hoop to take it to 5-all with advantage at hoop 11 to New Zealand. And then on the farthest lawn from me, they're currently 0-0. I believe in game 2. I think Australia won the first game, if I'm not mistaken. A loud exclamation from Ben. I did not catch exactly what the shot was. And Begonia Elzabaru makes a nice medium-pace clearance to defend hoop 2. Nicholas here just attempted a rather difficult angled hoop 3 and bounced off it over to the side boundary near blue. So, chance for blue and black to get control of the hoop here. It looks to me that in game 2, that Blake and Matthew they had a couple of higher difficulty shots that they took that came very close to making it, but just didn't quite connect, and it gave Spain some easier hoop attempts. So a little bit of aggression from the American team to start the day. But anyone who knows Matthew and Blake knows that aggression is the word of the day whenever they play. So yes, so this is the venue that we're here in Launceston, Tasmania. Very beautiful backdrop. If you can kind of see, like, there's some nice rolling hills and even some pastures in the background. So very great hospitality we've experienced here so far in one of the southern reaches of the world. 8 lawns. They're running a little slower, but they are mowing them every day after play. And there's some very good attempt. So Matthew laid in a very nice block. Nicholas decided to try to do the combo instead of any sort of jump clearance, but just barely missed it. So Blake will have an opportunity to run this hoop. When he tries to run that with control, but unfortunately just hangs up in the jaws a little bit and only runs it down by a little less than a yard. So he's going to have a potentially hampered backswing there. He's currently calling for a referee to oh no, sorry, I misunderstood. They were informing their opponent of where they wanted them when they were offsides. A good set, a little overhit from corner 1, but Blake over there checking to see what sort of backswing he's going to have. And Blue's going to have to do something. He's going to have to make decisions. So Matthew's gearing up with Solomon, so he's definitely going to be attempting to hit this yellow ball. Matthew Solomon's swing has looked good so far. He's been very happy with it coming into this tournament in practice. He's only missed a couple of long ones so far that I've seen. So that one misses a little bit wide on the left, but a little over probably almost a 30-yard shot there. So these courts do have a significant amount of character. There's several ridges that run up and down the lengths of the courts that we experienced in practice yesterday. And you can experience, even at higher speeds, a foot or more of break, depending on the direction you come from and what parts of the court that you have to roll over. So Blake, with a hampered swing there, does the best he can to get down, and yellow will have this opportunity to run. Not the easiest hoop. It's probably 2 yards, 15 degrees. But, you know, these hoops are somewhat forgiving.
Okay, I think we fixed the issue.
Very good hoop shot. You see there that the ball hops just a little bit when it reaches the jaws of the hoop. I wonder if there's some sort of mound there that started to form in the middle of those jaws. But Matthew with a slightly overhit on his set to 5, but still potentially a runnable hoop position. And easy to defend the hoop if need be. So Blake will be going for good position here. And Blake with a very nicely paced shot gives himself about a 1-yarder, just slightly off of the center line. So yellow here will have to make a decision, either to take black or blue. Taking black, there's some extra risk of accidentally hitting black into red. So they're fairly close together. And he's gone for the blue ball to defend his partner, but he's missed wide right. And blue will have a good opportunity here to get control of hoop 5 from 3-1 down.
Okay, fixed it.
It's working?
Just, well, that's to do with the internet.
That's a very good shot from Matthew. So Matthew has taken the clearance and also gotten himself into the jaws. So I think he's pretty centered. He might be slightly more to the right-hand wire than the left, but he should be able to run that with a fair amount of distance and control. I'm getting word from behind me, from our technical crew, that they may have just fixed the main live stream, and we might be switching over from this phone to the actual broadcast. So the quality may go up in just a minute. I'll make sure to alert you guys if that is the case. But we're gonna stay on this until I get confirmation. So over in match 2, hoop 2 is still under contest. It looks like black might be in the jaws or very near in front of it in the hoop. But I cannot tell from here at this distance. I love you too, Felix. So, red and yellow unable to do anything.
Just watching on YouTube.
Okay. So it looks like we have the YouTube up currently. That we're getting it up. So we might be my commentary might be switching over to that in just a minute. But fingers crossed. So I think they're testing it right now. So stay with me until further notice. But we might be making a slight hop over to the better of the two. So. Okay, so Blake here doing something a little unorthodox, deciding to promote blue through the hoop. So there may have been some question about how clean of a shot Matthew had. So he just decided to sort of force him through the hoop, hit it very well, left Matthew with probably about maybe a 2.5 yarder at a slight angle at hoop 6 with yellow 14 yards away on the side boundary. Excuse me, y'all. This air is a little dry here. But so they have elected to move him to the eastern penalty box, so that if he misses, he will be offsides again, going to hoop 7. And 14-yard attempt here to save the hoop. And a narrow miss on the left-hand side. And Matthew now with a 2-yard slightly angled hoop attempt. Matthew hits the middle of the jaws, but pops out slightly. Maybe hit a little too much of the left-hand wire, and just rejected. However, red and yellow's position is not ideal here. Matthew is not in scoring position, but he is directly beside the hoop in great position to defend. We may see a hoop shot here from red. I don't think there's any other great options for them. So, probably what the longest hoop attempt that I believe Spain has taken today. And he smacks into the right wire, bounces back and ends up actually flicking blue and gets extremely unlucky to actually be pushed more directly behind the wire by that little flick. Blake playing into a wire set position, probably goes a little bit wider left than he intended, but from that position, red cannot hit him. Blue will easily be able to get into a wired set position, and yellow will have absolutely zero assistance from red if they do get into position in front of the hoop. So blue and black in a very advantageous position here. Egypt has been attempting several jump shots in this match, and I believe they've had 2 already that have put the other balls through the hoop. Now, the first one did score for South Africa in game 1. The second one I just witnessed over at Hoop 2 a minute ago. Egypt got the point because I believe that South Africa had played in from the back of the hoop and had not made it to the jaws. Through the jaws, I mean. So, but another attempted jump shot right there at Hoop 3 that just clanged off of the left wire and allowed South Africa to take full control. These courts are quite soft. They were a little soggy yesterday as well during practice. So jump shots have been quite interesting. The first hop of the jump shot is getting a lot more airtime than expected, but every subsequent bounce sort of dies very quickly. So it's extremely difficult to do longer jump shots that require multiple bounces. However, it's very easy to almost to overhit a short to medium length jump shot. All right, so red has managed to play through the hoop. I don't know if they've managed to slink all the way through into scoring position. Blake with a powerful clearance down to the south boundary here, which will give a 25-yarder to Spain to save hoop 6. Shot is off. It looks good. Oh! Hits the left wire. Almost puts red through if red is legally scoreable. He might have been going for that if red is in scoring position. It's somewhat of a wide double, so. Matthew attempting the jump shot. And a very clean jump shot from Matthew. So yellow did go off sides, unfortunately, in that ricochet, and I do not believe red will have any ability to get cleanly to hoop 7. So from a deficit of 3-1 down, the score is now 3-3, and it seems full advantage will be held by the U.S. Oh, it seems Nicholas has some sort of swing. He may not be able to get in front of the hoop, but he can at least get free of the jaws in that direction. Yes, so he's had to play a few yards south of the hoop, and he's just decided to take position near the short boundary to try to defend the hoop. So Blake opting to play deep towards the back line so that red does not have any easy clearance to send Blake out of range of shooting the hoop. Yellow playing its next shot in from the penalty area. Yes, it is 3-3. So in game 3, the deciding game of the match. Yellow's ball looks like it has pretty good pace. And it goes just a little farther than ideal, but still in a scoreable position. And deep enough that if red does move black slightly east of its position, it'll be very difficult for black to get yellow anywhere that's more than 7 yards away from a clearance on blue. So there's something to be said here maybe for red attempting to take blue and give Blake the longer hoop shot and just sort of dare him to do it. But Blake has been running his hoops fairly well today from what I've seen, so the confidence on that might be too high to justify. But there's not a lot of places to move black here that are very good for Spain, and there's a lot of risk if you do hit at black and you hit the right-hand side of the ball that you end up pushing it behind yellow enough to give it a down-court clearance with a slight cut. And there's a very large wire area there as well if they clear it down the court. So a lot of things can go wrong here. There is also maybe a play where you lag red in to between blue and the hoop. And then wherever black sends yellow over to the corner, you just have to make the clearance. Okay, so it looks like, guys, we're going to be moving to the actual live stream over here. I'm getting the signal that it's all up and running, so I'm going to be putting my headset on, and I'm going to be joining you guys over here. So everyone mosey on back over to the regularly scheduled live stream.
Tony Boarding's coming back over to jump back onto the commentary and take off where he left off.
How do I shut this off?
And sorry about that technical issue. Good old technology.
Camera's a bit shaky.
All right, welcome, Tom. Welcome back.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
You're on, mate.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us through these technical difficulties. So I'm currently hearing a little feedback. I can hear my echo. Is there a way to fix that?
Yep.
So that's what I sound like.
That's what you sound like. And yeah, let's get into it. I'll just end this stream up. So everybody go over and jump back onto the main link now. Again, apologise that internet was connected, but I guess it wasn't.
Well,
how do we end this?
better late than never. So now I can talk a little bit